Hey you guys, I'm gonna kind of play with this brow kit that I got from Mary Kay, and it's the spring 2025. So it comes with this little spoolie. So first I'm going to brush my brows up and in the direction that they grow, just to make sure I get any powder or anything like that out of it. And then I'm gonna pick up this brow powder and I'm going to concentrate it in the head of my brow. For me, at the head of my brow, I have to extend it just a little bit towards my nose, but I have to make sure that it blends all the way to the middle of my brow because that's where it's going to connect. So I'm going to just kind of go over it with the powder lightly and fill in the background. And then I'm going to go over it later with the pomade. Now with the pomade, I went back onto the head of the brow and I'm going to go right from the line where the arch is and pull up towards the top of my brow. And this will just help to lightly fill in the head of my brow so that it doesn't look like a chunk of product in the head of my brow. I'm going to do that and then go over it several times so that I can make sure that everywhere on my brow doesn't have any sparse areas or anything like that and it's completely filled in. So with the angle brush, I'm picking up this brow powder, which is a little lighter than my actual hair. And I like that because I don't want the powder to be the same color as the hair. What I'm doing is I'm filling in the area, basically the skin behind the hair with this light color powder. And it gives the illusion that my brows are filled in and that the hair is a little bit more complete than what it naturally is without making the brow look thicker or too dark. So now I'm going to pick up the pomade with the same angle brush and I'm going to go over the tail of my brow. Now for me personally, the tail of my brow is typically very short or non-existent on one brow. So I have to extend it, but the trick here is that I have to make sure that it looks natural and like it's hair. So I like to fill in the brow with the powder first and then go over it with the pomade just so that I can make sure that the blend is seamless from the actual hair to the tail of the brow. Next, I wiped off my angle brush and I went into the translucent powder, and this is kind of like it's a very light color powder, and I thought that it was going to show up white on my eyebrows, but it's not. It actually is kind of like this iridescent color. So once you apply it and then blend it out on the brow bone, it gives more of a sheen satin look to the skin rather than white glitter or anything like that. It's just a very soft iridescent shadow. So it's great for just kind of carving out and defining the brow. I only like to define right at the tail of the brow. If I have to, if I do the whole brow, I might do that, but definitely at the tail of the brow. That is going to get the most of my attention. Next, I'm going to use this Great Heights mascara. Now, y'all, when I got this Great Heights mascara, I was kind of excited for it because I saw the results online. However, it is a very thin wand, which for me, I get impatient with, because I just want to like throw on my mascara and go. However, if you just take the time to really work with these bristles, what I found is that it almost transforms every single lash into a lash extension look. Not a false lash look, but a lash extension. What do I mean by that? I like that look where it looks like it is coming out of your eyelid, but it's just very, very long and it's typically very thin. And that's what I refer to as like a lash extension, opposed to maybe like a false lash, which can be thicker and fuller. But if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow or anything like that, or if I'm not doing anything that's, you know, that you need a lot of lash for, I like this look where you can just have some fabulous mascara and it will really pull out the length in your eyelashes. I also like this mascara because I like to blink in my mascara and I want the color to really, really come out. So I love that this does that, and you can also get your bottom lashes really, really easy. Then to finish off the look, I applied the Unlimited lip gloss in the color Chocolate Nude all over my natural lip line. And also in the corners of my mouth, I basically treated it like a lip liner. And then only in the center of my lips, I applied Unique Mauve and then blended them together. I think it came out pretty. What I'm trying to say is this is my first time ever doing this, and I really like the results. I hope you guys liked it too.